Darkness descends upon Europe. The year is 1542. In the heart of Rome, a sinister power awakens, the Roman Inquisition. A weapon forged in fear and wielded with ruthless efficiency. It will spread its tendrils across the continent. Millions will live in fear, the air crackles with tension. A lone figure stands accused. Whispers of heretic, witch, blasphemer echo through the chamber. Their fate hangs in the balance, a grim testament to the power of the Inquisition. This is a story of persecution, a story of power, a story that must be told. The roots of the Inquisition reach back centuries. Earlier incarnations, like the medieval Inquisition, had already sown seeds of fear. But the Roman Inquisition, established by Pope Paul III, was different. It was more organized, more widespread, and more brutal. Its creation was a response to the Protestant Reformation. The Catholic Church, facing an unprecedented challenge to its authority, reacted with force. The goal to eradicate heresy and solidify the Church's power. No dissent would be tolerated. The definition of heresy was disturbingly broad. It encompassed any belief or action perceived as a challenge to the Church's doctrines. From questioning religious dogma to owning forbidden books, the accusations were often arbitrary and unfounded. Fear became a tool. The Inquisition operated on the assumption of guilt. The accused bore the burden of proving their innocence. A near impossible task, as accusations often stemmed from anonymous tip-offs and flimsy evidence. The methods employed by the Inquisition were nothing short of barbaric. Torture was a routine part of interrogation. The aim was to extract confessions regardless of guilt or innocence. The tools of their trade, the rack, the strapado, the thumbscrew, names that send shivers down the spine, each more horrific than the last. The dungeons of the Inquisition were places of unimaginable suffering. The screams of the tortured, a chilling symphony of pain. The methods may have varied, but the goal remained the same: to break the will and force confession. Section 5. The Iron Grip of the Inquisitor, Torquemada and his Reign. The face of the Inquisition, its most infamous figure, Tomás de Torquemada. Appointed Grand Inquisitor in 1483, his name became synonymous with cruelty and fanaticism. Under his reign, the Spanish Inquisition reached its zenith of power. Thousands met their end at the stake, victims of his ruthless pursuit of religious conformity. Torquemada's shadow loomed large over Spain. His influence extended into every corner of life. Fear became a pervasive presence, casting a long shadow over Spanish society for generations to come. Section 6. Public spectacles of cruelty. The horrors of the Inquisition weren't confined to the dungeons. Public executions were carefully orchestrated spectacles designed to inspire terror and reinforce the Church's authority. The auto de fe, or act of faith, was a macabre ceremony. Those found guilty of heresy were paraded through the streets, forced to wear humiliating garments. The culmination of this gruesome ritual was often a public execution. The condemned, tied to stakes, met their end in a fiery blaze. The message was clear: defiance would be met with swift and merciless punishment. Section 7. Whispers in the Shadows. The Chill of Censorship. The Inquisition's reach extended far beyond the torture chamber. It infiltrated every aspect of life, from the grand halls of power to the humble abodes of common folk. Censorship became a powerful tool to control the flow of information. The written word, once a beacon of knowledge and enlightenment, was now a weapon wielded by those in power. Books deemed heretical were burned, their authors silenced. The flames consumed not just paper and ink but the very essence of free thought and expression. The pursuit of knowledge was stifled, replaced by an atmosphere of fear and suspicion. Scholars and thinkers once revered now lived in constant dread of persecution. The Index Librorum Prohibitorum, a list of banned books, grew ever longer. Each addition to the list was a blow to intellectual freedom, a step backward in the march of progress. It included works by some of the greatest minds in history, their ideas deemed too dangerous for the public. These were not just names on a list, but voices silenced, contributions lost to the ages. The Inquisition's grip on intellectual freedom tightened, casting a long shadow over the Enlightenment to come. The era that promised light and reason was marred by the lingering darkness of censorship. Yet, in the shadows, whispers of resistance grew. Secret meetings and clandestine gatherings became the breeding grounds for revolutionary ideas. Underground printing presses churned out forbidden texts, smuggled across borders and shared in hushed tones. the thirst for knowledge could not be quenched, even by the most oppressive regimes. Enlightenment thinkers, undeterred by the threat of censorship, continued to push the boundaries of human understanding. Their courage and resilience laid the groundwork for the intellectual revolutions that would follow. The fall of the Inquisition marked the dawn of a new era. The chill of censorship began to thaw, giving way to a renewed spirit of inquiry and discovery. The legacy of those who fought for intellectual freedom endures, a testament to the unyielding power of the human mind. Section 8. A Church Divided, Reformation and Counter-Reformation. The Reformation was a seismic event in European history, fundamentally altering the religious, political, and cultural landscape of the continent. It began in the early 16th century, sparked by figures like Martin Luther, who challenged the Catholic Church's practices and doctrines. This movement quickly gained momentum, leading to the establishment of various Protestant denominations. The Roman Inquisition wasn't merely a tool of repression, it played a crucial role in the tumultuous religious landscape of Europe. Established in 1542 by Pope Paul III, the Inquisition aimed to combat heresy and maintain Catholic orthodoxy. It was a response to the growing threat posed by the Protestant Reformation, which had already begun to fracture the unity of the Church. The Protestant Reformation had shattered the Church's monopoly on faith, and the Counter-Reformation was its response. The Catholic Church sought to reform itself from within, while also countering the spread of Protestantism. This period saw the rise of influential figures like Ignatius of Loyola, who founded the Jesuit order, and the convening of the Council of Trent, which aimed to address the issues raised by the Reformers and clarify Catholic doctrine. The Inquisition became a weapon in this struggle for the hearts and minds of Europe. Its impact was profound. It conducted trials, censored books, and enforced religious conformity. The Inquisition's methods were often harsh, and its reach extended across Catholic territories from Spain to Italy and beyond. It was a tool of both fear and control, aiming to root out heresy and preserve the Catholic faith. It may have succeeded in stamping out dissent within Catholic territories, but it also deepened the divide between Catholics and Protestants. The Inquisition's actions often fueled resentment and resistance among Protestants, leading to further entrenchment of religious divisions. The Counter-Reformation efforts, while successful in revitalizing the Catholic Church, also solidified the split within Christianity. The religious wars that followed were a testament to the legacy of this conflict. The 30 Years' War, one of the most devastating conflicts in European history, was rooted in these religious tensions. It involved multiple European powers and resulted in immense destruction and loss of life. The Reformation and Counter-Reformation left an indelible mark on Europe, shaping its religious and political landscape for centuries to come. Section 9. The Legacy of the Inquisition, a Stain on History. The Roman Inquisition, despite its claims of fighting for righteousness, left an indelible stain on history. It serves as a chilling reminder of what happens when power goes unchecked, when fear becomes a tool of control. The human cost of this institution was immeasurable. Countless lives were destroyed, families torn apart, and intellectual freedom stifled. The Inquisition's legacy is one of persecution, torture, and fear. A dark chapter in the history of the Catholic Church and a stark warning about the dangers of religious extremism. Section 10. Echoes of the Past. Learning from the Darkness. The Roman Inquisition may be a relic of the past, but its echoes can still be felt today. Intolerance, persecution, and the suppression of dissent continue to plague societies around the world. Learning from the mistakes of the past is crucial in preventing such atrocities from happening again. We must be vigilant in defending freedom of thought, speech, and religion. The Roman Inquisition serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of these rights and the importance of safeguarding them for future generations. Section 11. Unmasking the Past, a Call to Remember. The Roman Inquisition, though a dark chapter in human history, must not be forgotten. It was a time when fear and suspicion ruled, and countless lives were unjustly taken or ruined. The echoes of this period still resonate today, reminding us of the dangers of unchecked power and intolerance. It is our duty to remember the victims, those who suffered in silence, and those who dared to speak out against the injustices. Their stories are a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring quest for justice. To learn from the past, We must delve into these historical records, understanding the context and the consequences of the actions taken. By studying these documents, we gain insights into the human condition and the societal structures that allowed such atrocities to occur. And to stand against injustice in all its forms, we must be vigilant. History has shown us that complacency can lead to the erosion of rights and freedoms. We must be proactive in defending the principles of justice and equality. We must engage in open dialogue, challenge intolerance, and promote understanding. Through conversations and education, we can break down the barriers of ignorance and prejudice, fostering a more inclusive and compassionate society. By confronting the darkness of our past, acknowledging the pain and suffering endured, we can begin to heal and move forward. It is through this process of reflection and reconciliation that we can hope to build a better future. We can strive to create a brighter future, one where the lessons of history guide our actions and decisions. By working together, we can build a world that values human dignity and respects the rights of all individuals. Let the Roman Inquisition serve not as a source of division, but as a powerful reminder of the importance of unity and solidarity. It is a call to come together, to support one another, and to stand firm against the forces that seek to divide us. But as a reminder of our shared humanity, we are all connected by our common experiences and aspirations. It is this shared humanity that binds us together and gives us the strength to overcome adversity, and our responsibility to protect the rights and freedoms of all. We must be the guardians of justice, ensuring that the mistakes of the past are not repeated. Together we can create a world where everyone is free to live with dignity and respect.